Alright, so we're back. So last time, you guys finished raiding the lower levels of the Harken Manor and freeing the knights. Then you detoured into an ancient forgotten tomb and fought a bunch of undead, including a skeletal knight, who briefly took down Apollo, but he's better now. And you got some magic items. You returned to Mariel, and along with all the captives you freed, and you were discussing where you guys wanted to go next.
Yes.
Nobody could make a decision, so
Hey man, I said elves.
I said elves too.
I think we were all kind of leaning towards let's talk to the wood singers
okay. Well,
at this point.
Tiala, as you know, the wood singers make their home in the Valewood Highlands.
That's quite a trip.
It is quite a trip. That is, to be roughly 2 weeks' journey from where you are now.
Not like we have. Well, I mean, the other option was going into the Blight Marshes. But
Which is about a week and a half journey from where you are.
yeah, so either way, we're gonna be on a long trip. But we can stop off in, I think it was Slatebrook.
Slatebrook is about 4 days' travel down from where you are now, and the byways is also along your path.
Yeah. Like, we're gonna kind of have to go that way anyway, otherwise we're climbing mountains to go over to the Valewood Highlands, so... I guess if we're going to go talk to the wood singers, I guess that would mean we'd best get a move on. The sooner the better, after all.
Mario will kind of nod. If that is your plan, then I'll take the knights and head for the byways. We'll leave in small groups so as not to attract attention.
Sounds good to me.
Thank you for your help.
Stay safe.
So thank you for your help.
No, thank you for freeing my people.
You're most certainly welcome. Stay safe, all of you.
Grosh will walk over to Tiala and grab her up in a big half-orc bear hug.
That goes double for you, Brosh. Stay safe.
Stay safe, little miss.
Of course. Kuara walks with me.
Thank you for the food.
I only wish we had more to offer.
This is more than enough. Really.
All right, with that, yes, most of the knights will kind of start filtering out to prepare themselves for their own journey. Just lots of epic music playing because I just do. It's very necessary.
Epic music makes the journey better.
Obviously. I guess we'd best probably start at least plotting our course towards the Highlands. I forget her name again. Mario?
Mario.
I was right. Mario, do you happen to have a map of the island so that me and my companions can plot our way towards the Woodsinger's home?
Of course. And she'll remove a rolled up map from her supplies and unfurl it on the table she's been using, and it's the map I've given you guys in the Discord.
Alright. Now, the most direct path would mean we travel over, as you can all see, a large mountain range and forests. However, if we were to take the main roads, we would pass through Saltbrook and... oh my gosh, I cannot read it because it's... oh yeah, and the byways. That's what it's called. I see it there. Saltbrook and the byways on our way to the Highlands.
Okay.
We should probably do our best to keep a low profile. The hobgoblins are probably marching the roads as much as we speak.
Right. See here. Let me...
Unless any of you feel like trekking along through the woods, which would make the journey a bit longer.
Hold on. Actually, let me look through some of my stuff here as a ranger and all.
Mm-hmm. Coca-Cola.
Enemies, hold on.
So yeah, since you guys are planning for a trip, it's obviously probably a good idea to make sure you guys have all the supplies you need.
Yeah.
Know where you're going, obviously. You are in a city, so anything you need to get should be attainable.
Mm-hmm.
Said that it's a week and a half journey.
It's
2 weeks
2 weeks to
to-
get to the Highlands.
Yep, 2 weeks to where we're going. If we were going to the Blight Marsh to deal with the bullywogs and the hobgoblins, it would be a week and a half.
I would like to find a place and get another 10 days worth of rations.
Well, yeah, that'll be easy enough to get. You just have to go to the store and get it. Excuse me.
I love that all of my notes about all the money we got vanished from the chat logs.
Yeah, above doesn't really save like regular chat stuff. It just saves rolls.
Yep. I completely forgot how much money we got before.
Have a notebook. I have to find it.
All right.
Because I know we got a crap ton of money.
Definitely a better idea to save notes and stuff like in a separate document.
Yeah. I will.
Okay, so we got 200 gold pieces worth of jewelry, so that probably won't super help us right now. But we do have 186 gold pieces, 75 silver. A whetstone with arcane runes, a green candle, and a sword with shatter written in runes on it. There you go. That's what I got.
There we go.
Yep. All right.
How much are rations again?
That's a good question. I think they're that expensive.
Can't remember. Gold or silver?
5 silver apiece.
Perfect. So 50 silver. Oh, how does that translate into gold? It's 10 silver per gold, right?
Yeah, so
Yeah,
that's 5
it's,
gold
it's
pieces.
2 ration per gold piece.
Perfect.
All right. Never mind. I don't have.
Which means for the entire party, that would be 25 gold pieces.
25.
Out of that chunk we got.
Yeah. For each of us to have 10 days worth of rations. It'll be 25 gold pieces.
Yay, my brain functioning enough to do math.
I think that's how that works.
We definitely want a copy of the map. Our own copy of the
Didn't
map
she?
of the.
I thought she gave that to us.
She showed it to you. I mean, it's her map.
She would. it's her map.
Oh,
She's not
gotcha.
giving us the map. She's letting me see it so we can start to plot our
Yeah, but
course.
she does let you know that she will allow you to take it to a cartographer and have it copied. It will take about 2 days.
Okay. How much would that cost us?
Well, you'd have to talk to the cartographer.
Right, yeah.
All right. Oh, all right then.
Standard rate would probably be about 10 gold to have it copied.
Okay. Question for the group. How do we, now that we're starting to do more jobs, we're going through some more dungeons, we're getting a lot more loot, are we splitting like any monetary that we find evenly, or are we gonna start like a group bank?
I'm all right with a like a group gold,
A group fund.
Group fund, using like stuff that's like the gems and stuff like that.
Yeah, I'm sure we could probably.
A hoard, if you will.
Yeah, so do we want to keep like any like non already gold or silver pieces as like the group money and then divide the coins evenly?
Works for me.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Yeah, that
I'll
sounds good.
keep the running tab.
Allium is the
And
treasurer.
then if we're doing that, everyone gets 37 gold pieces.
Okay.
15 silver. So you know, when for like buying any potions or rations or anything that you
That was not the right.
believe.
That was not the right coin piece. That was Electrum.
Electrum.
Yeah, you guys don't have any of that.
Yeah, that was an accident. I clicked the wrong spot on my character sheet.
Electrum.
Can I visit like a blacksmith in town?
Absolutely.
Keep a running tab.
Got that change.
Everyone's got their like health potions written down on their sheets in the proper amounts.
What
Yes.
health potions? Tiala wasn't there for the health potions.
Correct. So we should
Probably swing by a potion shop to get
let's
those.
health potions. Anyone running low on health potions? While I'll go with her to the potion shop if we want to kind of split up in the town and like
Yeah,
some
I don't
people
think Apollo has any potions either.
Yeah, I don't have any potions.
I'll go with Tiala and Apollo to grab some potions.
And we've
If-
replaced like half the group since it started.
Yeah.
if-
Let's just all go together to get potions.
Okay.
I was gonna be like, hey, Hale, you wanna go get drunk while they go shopping?
Yeah, there we go. You guys can get some health potions. We can go to the cartographer and like get the map copied.
I like that idea better than getting drunk. Because getting drunk might mean a ruckus, which might mean more hobgoblins.
We handled those other ones just fine.
With all of us there.
Ah.
Please, do your best to stay safe.
I would also.
I promise we will not drink. We'll make sure to get this map copied and be done with it.
Whoever's
Yeah,
going
okay.
to the,
Dale looks to Hale and is like, I trust you.
the smith, I would like to go with them.
Yeah, so you guys can head out into the city and get all the things you want. Like I said, it'll take about 2 days for the map to be copied.
Yeah.
So you'll have to delay your start for about 2 days.
That's okay.
Ugh. That's 2 more days of hobgoblins making allies.
It's possible.
I'd like to, like, when we find the blacksmith, I'd like to ask him a question.
Sure. What did you want to ask?
I'm gonna like take out the 4 silver rings that picked up from the crypt, and like hold them out and say, I got like a rather unorthodox request.
And what's that?
Would you be able to melt these down and perhaps reforge them into something that could benefit me? I like fighting with my fists. So like a set of knuckles or something, or maybe a glove with plates on the knuckles for this.
Yeah, so he'll take the rings and kind of examine them with a critical eye. Well, not enough metal here to make a solid set of knuckles. I could maybe plate a glove with them.
A glove is fine.
Hang on.
Yes.
Give me just 1 second.
Okay, let me finish up this interaction then.
Yeah, go ahead.
It'll take me about a day, probably. Cost you about 12 gold.
That's fine.
Alright. So
I'll give him the gold.
Alright, he'll take the gold, he'll take the rings, and he'll set to work.
Alrighty.
Alright, I thought I had some silver rings, but they're onyx rings. I was gonna give them to you. Because I wanted to go to the blacksmith, to be a blacksmith that, I'm gonna roleplay it. I had a question as well, if you're still taking orders.
Of course, always taking orders.
Do you happen to add studs to armor, or you know of a person who could do that?
Sure, I could turn your armor into studded.
I would really appreciate that. I just feel like it's not as durable for what I think I'm gonna need soon. How much
Sure.
would that run?
Well, it's gonna take... do a full suit. Probably take me about 3 days if I rush it. It'll cost you about 40 gold.
Ooh, I think that's a little. The time is a little longer than I was expecting.
Well, it's no small
I might
task adding studs to a full suit of armor, miss.
I
Even one as
completely
small as yours.
understand. Oh, that's right. I am only 2 feet tall.
You are only 2 feet tall.
What about that?
Something you should probably remember.
Right? Should.
Could she get a discount given that she's smaller?
I think that was the discount. That's okay. Thank you, though. Me and my friends, we have to head off for a very, very long trip, and I don't think I could wait 3 days. But I'll be back to get it
Third.
done. Thank you.
Is there anything else you guys
That was
want
all I
to
wanted to do there. I'll go to the apothecary.
Mm-hmm.
Is it a woman or a man that's running the shop?
It's a woman.
Excuse me, miss. I was wondering where I might find some of your healing potions, if you had any.
Well, I'm afraid we don't have many left in stock.
Oh. Well, how many would you say you have left?
She'll walk over to a shelf and open up a little box, and you can see that there are 5 vials left in there. She goes, looks like we have 5 left. The hobgoblins have taken most of my stock.
Oh, well, that's one for each of my group then. Do you know where we might find some more, if we were looking for more?
Not in this city, ma'am. Hobgoblins have been taking all they can from us.
Alright. Um, did anyone in the group want to get any? I've got like 6 of them right now, so I don't have to take any of the 5 if we want to let the people who don't have any get more than one.
I mean, I have lay on hands for myself, so I don't really need health potions as much as someone else might.
I would like to just have one as the resident source of healing, of restorative magics.
Did you want to buy one or?
Did you want to?
Yeah.
Then at that point, do you want to get like 2 of them at least?
I have
What are the costs for your potions? Sorry, John. I was
Sorry.
asking the shopkeep. No, you're good.
Behind the scenes things happening.
You're good.
So she'll pull out one of the vials and kind of hold it out. She goes, "Oh, one will cost you 5 gold."
Oh, that's not bad.
And these are the standard 2d4 plus 2 healing potions.
Yeah.
that works fine for me. Thank you.
How many are
And
you?
Cielo will actually pander the coins.
Alright, so yeah, she'll take the coins and she'll hand you the potion. Just like that.
And thank you. Do be careful. Cielo's gonna kind of like put the healing potions into her bag, and then just kind of shuffle outside, still trying to like keep her cloak up and hidden.
Mm-hmm.
Tiala buy all of them or just one?
Just 2.
2. Okay, good. I'm glad you have 2
Yeah.
because I would have bought you one because
Yeah, no. I know that having extras will always be nice. And we are losing 10 gold pieces. There we go. All right. Is there a library in the city?
Yeah, you know about a library in the city.
Tiala's actually going to kind of make her way over there. She wants to do a little studying into the sword she gave Hale.
Right, so you know that the library is actually in the Noble District. And I'm assuming this is during the time you guys have been waiting for the map to be copied and for the Apollo's new glove to be made. You make your way over to the Noble District one of these days. When you find the library, you see that it has been absolutely destroyed. The hobgoblins have seen fit to tear it apart. There's ripped up books and papers everywhere, and half the building looks like it was burned.
Festering anger. Just silent fury. She's just going to just turn and start and go back to where the others are, and try to find a quiet place to where out of the way where she can scream.
Okay.
Yeah, she's not happy.
I got that.
Well, I have another reason to make sure the goblins are removed from my homestead.
Alright, is there anything else?
Not that I can think of.
yeah.
The patricide, the murder of the father was already one straw, but the burning of the destruction of the library, that was too far.
Oh no! The murder of the father and the unknown but hinted at being absolutely awful fate of the mother.
Awful fate of mother. Trust me, she's got adding these hobgoblins are adding more reasons to this fire.
I forgot
know.
about the mother. I'm gonna be.
What I love was that the reaction to seeing the father hung from the ramparts of his own estate was, "It's okay,
Oh.
we'll move on." And then seeing the
No.
library was like clenched
No,
fist and jaw,
it
and
was
find a quiet
not.
place.
It was not that. She literally fell to. Tiala collapsed in the street, unable to process it.
I'm just teasing, dude.
Literally drew the attention of a shit ton of hobgoblins because she couldn't function anymore.
I get
Seeing
it.
her
I
death
get
like
it.
that.
Tiala like looked like that character from Smiling
That
Friends,
is
all
the-
hurled up and.
Despair at losing a family member versus anger at having something precious to you destroyed.
Anyway.
Those are two different reactions for two different entire sources of reasoning.
I will actually thank you about reminding me about that sword. Actually,
Yeah.
like Hale's gonna spend one of these days like
Messing with it.
yeah.
Oh,
Hale doesn't go in for the book learning. Come on,
So
he's
what?
just gonna be like
So
work.
trial and error. So what's he gonna
Do
do?
magic. Huh?
I said, okay, trial and error. So what's he gonna do?
Well, I don't. It has runes that say shatter on it.
Yes, it does.
Is there? Is it a particular language?
Well, it's written in like arcane runic script.
Oh, Hale does not.
Well, it was read
And
to
the only
you, so you
reason-
know what it says.
yeah.
Yeah.
Only reason Diala could even read it was because of magic.
Hale can't read magic.
But you know what it says.
Yeah. Yeah. Hale will say shatter.
Now, so you just shatter? Nothing happens.
I mean, he's gonna say it with some gravitas, like he means it. And he's gonna swing the sword.
It doesn't seem to do anything.
Maybe only the chosen one can use the spell.
I wonder if there's an Arcanum shop in town, someplace that specializes
Let
in
me ask you this,
identifying
because
magic.
you're an old school gamer like me, so you may have forgotten. Did you attune to it? Because a lot of magic items in 5th edition you need to attune to before you can use them.
I'm gonna be honest. It's also something I forgot about.
Yeah.
I forgot.
Yeah.
to tune
That's why I reminded you,
Yeah,
because you're an old school
yeah.
gamer like me. You come from the older
Yeah.
editions where that wasn't a thing.
I mean,
Yeah,
you can
Hale
do it
will
as part of a
attempt to
long rest.
attune. So yeah, that's what Hale. Yeah, we have time. Hale will attempt to attune to it.
Okay, yep. So you spend some time concentrating and meditating and all that good fun stuff, and you attune to the blade, and you kind of get an impression that saying the word isn't enough. You actually have to strike the ground with it.
Okay. Yeah, he will strike the ground with it.
All right. So you strike the ground and speak the word, and the blade, obviously, as its namesake says, shatters apart into several tiny pieces. It shatters apart into 10 tiny objects, which actually float and kind of zip around you, and you feel that you have some control over them. And so in game terms, these 10 objects are affected as if by the animate object spell, and they count as
Okay.
tiny weapons.
All right. And the sword itself, is it still
So
kind of
you
usable?
are left holding a stump of sword, which will act as a +1 dagger for the time that the sword is shattered.
All right.
Not bad.
That's actually really, really cool.
Yeah.
That is a really cool sword.
You
Do I
also get the
know-
feeling that you can only do this once per long rest.
Okay. Do I have any idea how the sword is together?
It's a +1 longsword.
Okay. All right. I will add that into my stuff.
Oh no.
Add a thing. Okay.
That's good. Is there anything else you guys wanted to do in the city?
I think so. Not for me, at least. Oh,
Not. Hmm.
find a jeweler.
Yep, you can find a jeweler.
Oh yeah, sell off all the jewels.
Oh, I didn't even think about that. Ask about it while I'm there.
What? Sell off treasure? What?
Sell off treasure so we actually have the money to use it? Crazy talk right there.
Is it are there like multiple jewelers, or is there like a single jeweler?
You find asking around that there's one like reputable, like well-known jeweler, and then there's maybe some that are more like pawn shoppy kind of jewelers.
Okay, I'm gonna go to the reputable jeweler first.
All right, for what purpose?
Walk in. Oh, I thought we were gonna roleplay. That's okay. Well, one, I'm gonna get the jewelry looked at and see what they're willing to offer me for it if they want to buy it. And also, I want to have, 3 white pearls that I was given. I want to price getting those put onto a necklace.
Again.
Yeah, well, because I didn't have the money the first time.
All right, so they'll. It's a pudgy middle-aged man behind the counter when you walk in. He'll take a look at all the jewelry you brought him. He pulls out a jeweler's loupe and sticks it in his eye and examines each one for cut and clarity. And when he's done, he's like, "Well, I'll give you 150 for the lot."
Oh, they're worth at least 250.
Times are tough.
Yes, they are, which is why I need the money.
You could make a persuasion check and try and convince him to give you more.
Yeah, you can't cut a lady a deal and maybe meet at 200, and then I'll roll. You said persuasion?
Yes.
Ooh. Persuasion. Alright, my computer's taking forever. Oh, 10.
There we go. Oh god, I thought I was gonna do that thing where it didn't show the numbers again. He kind of looks at you. Sorry, Miss Fairy Lady, can't do it.
Well, what if I was willing to give you some business as well? Could we maybe cut a deal then at 200?
What sort of business?
I have 3 pearls that I would like to get set in a necklace.
What kind of necklace?
I was thinking of on the daintier side chain, and have them kind of separated on.
What kind of chain? Iron, gold, silver?
I'm thinking a gold would look best with these.
Well, I could do the work and take the gold, or take the jewelry for 150 and do the work for another 5.
At 150 for the jewelry.
Yes, 150 for the jewelry, and then you pay 5 to get the necklace done. So basically, he's like comping a bunch of the work.
You'll give me just a moment, as I have a few compatriots that have a say over this jewelry. I would like to have the necklace made. If you give me just one moment to step out and to grab them off the street and have a quick chat with them.
He'll nod.
I'll go out and find a group really fast. So this reputable jeweler in town is offering 150 for the jewels. Tried to negotiate for at least 200, as that's what I think they're worth, but it's not my jewelry, it's the group's jewelry. You want to try one of the more pawn shoppy type places, they probably offer less. Do
I
we
wouldn't
want
trust
to-
I'd say we just probably sell
I
them to this
wonder
guy.
if I know mother and father came to this jeweler a bit. Maybe seeing an old face might loosen his coin purse a little bit.
if you'd like to come in, you're more than welcome to. And I'll walk in.
I'll follow behind her, and then as I make sure that the door shuts behind her, Tiala will take off her hood.
The jeweler, he looks up, and when you take the hood off, his eyes go a little bit wide. Oh, Lady Harkin. Never expected to see you again.
Well, I must, as you can understand, stay well hidden, given the current situation.
Oh,
I
of
heard.
course.
I heard you were offering one of my compatriots 150 gold for jewelry that comes from my family's manor.
Yes, that's right. 150.
You certainly do understand. I understand times are tough here, but we are trying to get things back to where they won't be as hard for you.
So
Could
make a
you?
persuasion check.
That was a good argument.
18.
And that's why you
He
roll
kind of hums and hums and. Well, for you, lady, I'll do 200.
Thank you so much. That means the world to us. Giving up family heirlooms is not exactly something one wants to do, ever in their lifetime.
So he'll offer the 200 for the jewelry.
I'll show him the pearls and leave the. Oh, I guess I should probably ask. How long should I expect for this to take?
Or take me about a day.
Okay. I'll leave the pearls with him and the 5 gold.
All right.
And we will take our 200 and slip on out. Yell, obviously flipping her hood back up.
Obviously. All right. Anything else you guys want to do in the city?
I can't think of anything off the top of my head.
No, I'm good.
No, we're good.
We're good?
All right. So
Yeah.
a few days pass. All of your projects are completed, and you get your completed map. And Apollo, you are presented with a sturdy leather glove that goes up about halfway up your forearm, with silver plates along the knuckles. This item will function as a masterwork punching weapon, which you can use your unarmed score for, but it gives you a +1 on your attacks. It does not count as a magic weapon, though, so anything that would require magic weapons to bypass resistances just doesn't count for that. So basically, you have +1 knuckles.
Nice.
And then you guys gather your supplies and head out of the city, I assume. Yes?
Yeah.
Sounds like a good idea.
Start making our way out.
Making our way downtown.
I knew somebody was going to do that.
Sorry.
It's fun. I think it's funny that I knew it was going to happen.
Walking fast.
And now I want.
You said they are
Oh,
indeed
God, all I
plus
can
one,
imagine
or
when I hear
they're
that.
just considered magical.
Okay, that was a lot of talking.
Sorry.
Oh, fuck.
Go with your question. What was the question?
You said they are indeed +1, or they're just considered
So
magical?
they will give you a +1 on attack, not damage, just attack.
Okay.
And they don't count as a magic weapon. So if a creature has resistant against anything but magic weapons, it doesn't count for that.
Okay. But it would count for silvered,
Yes, it will. It does count as a silvered weapon.
Yeah. That was the intention. All
Now you
right.
can punch werewolves to death. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That is kind of cool.
Strangle a vampire.
Alright, so you guys head out of the city. Are you just going to follow the roads?
Hmm. I mean, so what do we know of the mountains? How, like, obviously going off-road is going to be more dangerous, but, like, how much more dangerous is mountain off-road versus, like...
Well, there's a
Yeah.
much higher risk of running into wild creatures,
Yeah.
but
And
a
as
lower
long
risk of
as
running into
we-
hobgoblins, so...
How would it cut our trip short at all, and if so, how much?
It's going to be about the same because rather than following the well-traveled roads kind of around the mountains and up, you're going to be traveling over the mountains off no roads.
Yeah.
So it's going to equal out to roughly the same amount of time.
Gotcha.
We could
And I
also,
think
if we stick to the main roads, we can find a couple more cities along the way. Actually, have proper rest stops.
Yeah.
By the way,
Gather more information than we could in Halvara.
Yeah. By the way, I can guide us through the forest if we decide that, or of course we can't follow the roads.
What?
That's all. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
he said like you had more to say.
For a second there, I thought I did, but then I was like, I don't actually.
Oh, okay. I mean, it's your guys'
Yeah.
choice what you want to do.
Well, I'm in favor personally of sticking to the road, but that's just me. I'm not used to
say-
off-road travel.
I would say stick to the road as well. If it's not going to cut down our time at all, then...
Well, I
I'd
am
say the
probably
roads
more
would be preferable
used to.
too.
Oh, go ahead.
I would say the roads would probably be preferable too.
I probably am the one most used to off-road travel, but I'm fine with taking the roads.
All right, so you guys are going to stick to the roads and head off?
Nope.
Correct.
All right.
Right, as
So your
best we
first
can.
couple of days on the road are uneventful. The roads close to the city, you do kind of pass by some hobgoblins that are quote-unquote patrolling, which kind of amounts to them just kind of hanging out on the roads and occasionally shaking down travelers for some coin. They mostly just kind of seem bored. Second. All right. So yeah, you pass around the windmills, through the farms, and you actually bypass. Unless you want to stop in, you'll bypass Lake Brook and head north. Yes? No?
I'm fine either way.
I mean, you guys don't really have a reason to stop in Slate Brook. It's up to you guys.
I
Or you
I
can
think
just
it's
keep
fun to
heading.
skip by.
would bypass it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For
Okay.
now, just bypass it.
So you head past it and you start your long trek to the north. You know, Tiala, that it's going to probably be at least 5 days before you reach the byways by road. After another day of travel, as night approaches, you find that you are out in the woods. Well, out on the road in no man's land, basically, with night fast approaching. And you know that it's not a great idea to camp out on the road if you don't have to. But you do see a small farmstead up ahead if you'd like to stop and perhaps seek shelter for the night.
Yeah. I think, I wouldn't be opposed to asking if You wouldn't mind us, at least even just sleeping outside near the house, for some form of protection.
Discord crash.
What?
Discord crashed.
Oh.
Sorry about that.
No, that's fine. So,
I kind of agree with you.
I think it's the best. I mean, worst case scenario, they say, no, we don't want strangers, and then we leave.
And then I lead us to a nice place to camp anyway. So
Yes.
all right, so you approach the farm, and you see a middle-aged farmer standing out in the field feeding a tiny little flock of chickens. There's maybe like 5 of them. It seems like a mostly cozy place, if a little sparse and a little brown, dry. Not the most hardy farm you've ever found. He kind of looks up as you walk up toward his house, giving this group of heavily armed strangers a wary look.
So
And
sorry.
both strangers remain silent, so he seems very off-put.
talking.
So sorry to intrude, sir. Probably very scary having strangers walk up. We're traveling north, and we were passing your homestead here, and it's getting dark, and we were wondering if you wouldn't mind us just, at least, even if it's just outside, sleeping nearby, just a little bit of extra protection. Can maybe help you out until it gets dark in return.
He kind of stares at Allium with these big wide eyes. Oh, fairy.
I guess you don't have very many of those here.
No. There's some up in the Highlands, I heard, but not around these parts, miss.
Well, I'm pleased to be the first fairy you've met, and would love to make it a pleasant experience.
Taylor,
Apollo's eyes are gonna
covered up
widen and be
still?
like, "You a fairy?"
Her own party doesn't remember what she is.
I thought you were just a weird elf.
I thought she was just a child.
A flying child.
A child
Very
with wings.
deadly child.
Some kind of cherub type creature.
Tiala, are you still covered up, hiding your identity?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Oh, absolutely.
So he kind of looks at the group and goes, "Well, we ain't got much here. I suppose you could sleep in the loft if you wanted."
Oh, that would be lovely. We don't expect you to like give us any food or anything. We have our own. We just needed a safer place to stay.
And at this point, a child no older than about 10 comes running out of the barn, and he stops dead in his track at the sight of the group, just like eyes as big as
Hello there.
saucers.
How are you today?
Hello.
Wow. Are you a real fairy?
Yes, I am. My name is. Oh, I don't think I introduced myself. My name is Allium.
Wow. And he kind of looks at Hale. Are you a real dragon man?
Yes, I am.
He kind of ignores the other 3 because they just look like humans.
Oh, I was like, Tiala doesn't, but she's covered.
Yes.
So, forget about that.
I keep my scales shiny for nothing.
Are they
He's
on
also
display?
Dragon Man.
I mean, he has them like on his forehead and shit, but that's like that's the most visible. Like he has them like on parts of his body, but like it looks like the normal.
Well, the kid
He'll
will-
actually like toss a thumb at him and be like, "He's also Dragon Man."
The kid will, "Whoa, 2 dragon man." And he'll see your pet
Jahan like
and be like, "And a dragon! Can I pet him?"
Yeah, it's actually very friendly.
So he'll run over and kind of reach out to pet the dragon.
Yeah, I love pet him. As long as you don't, like, pull on his tail or anything.
Oh no, I wouldn't do that. I know how to care for animals. I take care of the goats.
This child is precious.
The farmer kind of smiles. He's like, well, seems like my boy likes you just fine. Why don't you come inside, meet the missus, and we'll sit down to dinner.
That's very kind of you.
So he'll kind of nod and head inside.
Wonderful.
Dinner, I'm starving. I'm gonna run
Are there
after him.
any flowers nearby?
You don't see
Is there-
any flowers around here, no.
Is there anything growing?
Yeah, there's some trees and there's some crops growing. It's not great, but it's there. This very much looks like a self-sustained farmstead. They're not selling their crops or anything.
Gotcha.
They're just living their best life.
So yeah, he'll invite you inside to meet his wife, who is diligently cooking what looks to be, a pretty typical farmer's stew. And she's also gives like the shocked expression at the sight of everyone.
Oh yeah, I have my warg with me right now.
All right, you have a warg now. The farmer kind of eyes the creature. Oh, you could put him out in the stables if you want.
Yeah, sure. Don't worry, he's friendly.
As long as you don't eat my horses. Of course.
He's also glowing. Technically.
Yeah, which is part of
Oh,
the reason
right.
he's like very hesitant.
He won't eat
Speed.
your horses. Technically, he's not a real warg. He's yeah.
The farmer just looks utterly confused by your words.
It's magic.
You kind of figured. First I ever seen. And his wife will bring down these simple wooden bowls that they have, and she'll start ladling out soup.
Hell yeah, soup.
It's not great. It's pretty thin, and it's mostly like carrots.
Thank you so
Soup
much.
is soup, John.
Lovely.
What's that?
I said thank you so much. This is lovely.
No, I thought somebody else said something. I didn't catch it.
I said soup is soup, John.
Says somebody who's never had good soup.
You know what? Yeah, probably. Yeah.
So yeah, what in the world?
Oh, sorry, I accidentally clicked the fucking
Like there's a
word.
whole freaking entry.
Yeah.
So yeah, you guys settle in to eat soup with the family, and the little boy is just enraptured the whole time. He actually like can't stop staring at Allium and Hale as he eats his soup and like dribbles it down his chin.
Is there anything we can do to help on your farm while we're here?
Oh, no, I don't think so. We just finishing up for the night, really. I just gotta put the chickens away.
Alright.
While you're sitting here, even you, Tiala, who seems to be sitting closest to the fire, you feel like a chill. Even if you reach out toward the fire, it doesn't quite feel as warm as it should. And even inside the house, you guys all kind of feel like a breeze.
I'll look around trying to figure out like what's going on.
The wild hunt.
What would you like to do?
You said there's not like there's a breeze. Are there any like are the walls like broken down?
No,
Like a
everything
really run
seems
down
perfectly intact. It looks like a
So
solid
it's like a-
little homestead.
Apollo's gonna say out loud, "It's a bit of a draft in here."
The farmer kind of looks a little confused. Really? I don't feel anything. And he'll kind of walk over to the fire and grab another log and toss it on. The fire kind of sparks and flares a little bit, but doesn't seem to add any more heat to the room.
Can I roll insight on the farmer?
Sure, go ahead. Well, he seems like a perfectly nice old, middle-aged man who's been living, an earthy life.
Apollo's gonna like kind of clear his throat and say, "Maybe I'll take a look around outside the house for you. You might have a structural issue or something."
If you want to.
Let me put myself inside the house here.
I'm actually gonna get out and go outside the house.
Mhm.
And when I'm out of out of sight, I'm going to use divine sense. That is, 60 feet.
Right. Sorry, I don't deal with divine sense a whole lot. Yeah. So it really doesn't reveal anything to you. You get this isn't quite accurate. You get I'm gonna say, because I don't want you to get nothing off this, because technically you should. You get a mild sense of undead nearby, but it's not right. It's not like, oh, zombie undead or something. It's like a very mild, like something's not right kind of feeling.
Okay. I'm gonna head back in, then. I'm gonna say, didn't find anything. Maybe it's just me.
Right. The evening passes, unless you guys want to do or say anything else.
As we're like heading out to the loft, I'll just like go out into the field and use my druidcraft spell to like make some of their plants grow faster, like instantaneously, just as a thank you for feeding us dinner.
Yeah, sure. So you head out into one of their fields and you cast your spell, and all the potatoes in that field are suddenly ready for harvest.
While I'm out there, do I notice since I'm out there, can I look around and see if there are
Why don't you make a perception check?
anything out of the ordinary that I noticed while doing this? Oh, well, I guess not. 15?
So you notice the fields, they seem a little undertended. There's a lot more like weeds out here than you might expect. Some of the crops, not the ones you did, but some of the crops look like they've been ripe for a little while and haven't been harvested. And you notice there are some tracks in some of the softer dirt, but they're very old and worn out. You can't quite tell what they were, but they're don't seem like they're human tracks. They might be like animal.
I'll go into the group. I'm guessing they went to the loft as well. Is the loft separate from the house?
So that structure that's ringed by blue there, that's actually above the barn. That's the loft.
Oh, cool. So if that's where the group is going for the night already, on our way, I'd get up there and be.
What's going on?
I'd say, no, I guess nothing too much to be concerned about, but I do find it rather odd that for a family that lives off the land, they do have a lot of ripe crops that they haven't gathered.
I've got a bad feeling about this place.
There's something going on with this place.
I assume
There's
it's just a
definitely
big
something going on.
deal that way. But
I just think it's weird that, they live off this land. Like, they farm it and they eat off of it, but they don't harvest the crops when they're ready. I mean, they could just be waiting, but, like, it's just odd. There were some tracks, too. They were really, really old, and they weren't human, they were animal, but I couldn't... Because they were so old, I couldn't tell what kind.
I could take a
What
look at
was-
it if you want me to.
Yeah, if you don't mind, and... Like, I just... With the house being perpetually cold, and them not realizing it, and them not gathering crops, it's just... Too many...
Yeah, he'll check the tracks in the field.
I think we should move on and not stay here tonight.
No.
Oh, it's-
But yeah, he'll check the tracks.
I'm just
in
gonna
the
put
field.
this is your warg mount,
Okie dokie.
just so we know where it is.
that icon, when I saw it show up, put the fear of God in my soul.
Sorry.
For a second, I was just like, "Oh God, no!"
And everyone
found
roll
the
initiative.
culprit.
Dun da da.
Fighting our own war.
Yeah. Why do I
The
hear boss
hobgoblins
music?
have come riding wargs, and they are here to destroy the farm.
Actually, because I can communicate with the warg telepathically, I'm gonna command it to kind of stand guard in the barn below the ladder
Okay.
in the loft if we're gonna stay here tonight.
Sure. Hale, you wanted to check the tracks. Why don't you make a
Yeah.
survival check?
Alright. It's my one good skill. Hey, 23.
So you're pretty sure these are canine tracks, but they're a little larger than what you might expect from wolves or dogs. But they also seem to be like 2 or 3 weeks old.
2 or 3 weeks old. So, can I try a nature check to see if I can like determine what precisely they are?
You can try, but there's not a lot of info to go on here.
That's all right because this is a long shot roll for me anyway. So, 7.
No.
No idea.
Nope.
But I'll go up and let them know. Yeah. That like the tracks are about 2 to 3 weeks old. They seem to be large canine tracks.
Hale's
Bigger
no
than
Steve
dog or
Irwin.
wolf.
What's that?
I just made a silly joke. I was like, Hale's no Steve Irwin, so
Ah.
he didn't.
He's the most unrangery ranger ever.
Hmm.
Now then,
I definitely think we should sleep in watches, in shifts.
I
agreed.
think we shouldn't sleep here at all.
I mean, we're already here.
Hey, actually, I might have a theory.
Please.
Um, you sense that there was a presence of undead, right? Of some sort, some kind of thing going on.
I didn't mention that yet, but
Oh,
yeah,
oh, sorry, never mind.
I would mention like there's undead nearby. I don't know where.
Like I said, it's vaguely undead, but feels wrong. Like, it's not what you would
There's just-
expect undead to feel like.
There's something not right about this place. I think we should just leave. This isn't our problem. I think we should leave.
Can I check the check your warg's paws?
Yeah, sure.
Hell will go down and check the warg's paws.
They're similar to what you found, but not quite the same.
Not quite the same. Go back up.
Hale getting that exercise in.
Yeah.
You know, given all this information that's coming in, I'm kind of agreeing with Apollo. Maybe we should just leave.
Yeah.
Then again, it is getting late. I don't want to risk running into anybody at night. You know, any
so
highwaymen.
at this point, the sun has pretty much set below the horizon.
Yeah.
And
Alright.
and unfortunately, I believe I'm the only one of us who can see in the dark.
I mean, I have fire. I can, I can.
I should light
Light.
torch.
I can cast dark vision now. All right.
I just
I do
need...
have a theory though. Of course, I don't actually know if this is true or not. I'm thinking that maybe these people died to the hobgoblins.
Interesting.
It wouldn't surprise me considering what
That
we've
the
seen of them.
hobgoblins are right assholes. Yeah.
Putting it bluntly.
They're very rude people.
So as the last ray of sunlight disappears below the horizon, you guys feel that chill again, that chill breeze, even though you are completely inside this hayloft. It seems there shouldn't be a breeze in here. And you hear a low howl kind of cut through the night.
Oh.
How they... Well,
Well,
glad we have a ward guarding the way up.
Maybe the dragon should also guard the entrance to the loft.
Hang on, I got an idea. I'm gonna put my hand on one of the walls of the loft.
Okay.
I'm just gonna go around touching all the walls like a crazy person.
It's solid wooden walls all the way around.
Okay. I'm gonna turn the party and say I got nothing, and I'm gonna sit down on a hay bale.
I mean,
What were you hoping to find?
Well, it's drafty in here.
you think this is a ghost building?
Could be. You
Well-
never know.
Listen, I only recently became a little magically inclined. Can't some of you who cast spells make things look real that aren't?
Yes, I can.
Yes. So
I get what you're saying now.
Does
Does the barn overlook the field?
Yeah. So the hayloft where you guys are at the moment has, those big hay doors on either side, meant for like hauling hay up and down. And through either one, through the back one, you can see the fields behind the barn, and through the front, you can see the yard and the stables on the other side.
All right. I'm gonna look at something really fast here.
So just to try and help you guys visualize here.
Yeah.
The loft is situated like here. Like that's where the loft actually is.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, and
I just wanted to make sure.
you guys can see out this direction, and you can see out this direction.
Right. Hale will actually look out over the fields. I'm gonna cast dark vision on myself.
Okay, yep. You look out. Dark vision gives 60 feet into the darkness.
Yeah.
It looks like peaceful fields as the stars begin to appear overhead and the moon begins to creep up.
Wondering about to happen.
Is there a way that I can, to the, like my Jesus, hang on. I have it in my head. Okay. Can I put board or make it look like the floor is complete all the way over the ladder with my druid craft? It says that I can create an instantaneous, harmless sensory effect, such as falling leaves, a puff of wind, the sound of a small animal. Would this be considered a harmless sensory effect?
So, I would say you could make it
Falling
look.
leaves, which would be sight.
What's that?
I was like, because it says that I can do things like falling leaves, which would be like sensory sight.
Yes. So I would say you could maybe make the entrance or the ladder look like it's covered in hay.
Okay.
I think that's the best you'd be able to manage. You can't actually create like an illusion of floorboards there.
Okay. It says that has to fit in a 5-foot cube. I don't think the ladder fits within a 5-foot cube.
I'm actually gonna go downstairs and keep the warg company.
Okay, so you head downstairs to hang out with your celestial warg. And another howl kind of rolls across the fields.
Hell will join them downstairs.
This one sounds a little bit closer.
Well, still keeping an eye on the fields.
I'm just gonna lay down kind of up against the warg. And I'm just gonna take out my puzzle box and fiddle with it.
Alright, so a little bit of time, like a few minutes pass, and you start to hear the animals in the stables kind of start getting, like you hear the cows thumping around and making noise, the horses neighing and making much noise, and the chickens in their coop are kind of starting to freak out.
Apollo's gonna sigh and then stand up and say to Hale, who's here, well, my conscience is telling me that I have to say something to those farm people, so stay right here.
Right. I'll just move to here.
I'm gonna move outside
on you while you're doing that.
Right,
and head over to the house.
Which way are you going out of the barn?
This way.
That way. Okay. So you step out, and you can see from this vantage at this side of the barn. You can kind of see. You might draw a tool out so I can show you. You can kind of see around the corner of the barn this way out toward the road. Does that make any sense? Might draw a tool would work. Like that.
Okay.
So you can kind of see around the building. And down that way toward the road in the woods that kind of surround the road, you see... If I can find my stuff because organized. A horrific sight of a large black woven creature glowing from within with some sort of hellish fire, and behind it pitch black wolves that are more normal sized. You have one action, and then we're going to roll initiative.
Puppies!
Wolves and the Hellhound. Fun.
We can add to our collection. We've got a warg. Now we can have a hellhound.
So...
Yeah, who's gonna domesticate the Hellhound?
I will domesticate the hellhound.
Comprehension.
You said I get one action. Okay, in that case, I'm going to cast Bless on myself, Hail, and the Warg.
Okay. And
Need to see what Bless
with
does.
that action, the monstrous woven creature opens its mouth. You see a furnace kind of glow within its throat as it lets out a spine-tingling, skin-crawling howl that's just this unearthly sound that obviously alerts everyone to its presence. Everybody roll initiative.
Oh.
Yeah.
Do you want me to roll initiative for the warg separately, or have it act after me?
So it acts independent from you, right?
Yes, but I telepathically tell it what to do, requiring no action.
Right, but
If I mounted it, it would work. It would go on my initiative.
Right. So we'll just have it go, directly after you.
Okie dokie.
I will actually add it to the combat tracker like that. And look at that, it got right after you anyway. So, the massive creature is the first thing to move. And it will charge into the middle of the yard. There we go. It will turn and open its mouth and breathe fire into the barn.
Rude.
That's the wrong size. What the hell? What size do I have that on? Whoops. There we go. That's more like it.
Oh boy.
Well, there
Yeah.
goes my idea.
It breathes a large fire into the barn. It's the warg needs to make a dexterity save.
I'm so glad I moved
And
5
Hale
feet.
is just outside of it, so he's not gonna.
Well, it's a
I guess
good thing. It's a good thing it's blessed, I guess. That's 3 plus.
I think it fails.
Hey, it could say that's a 5.
Dice out. Never remember to take my dice out till I need them. Alright, so that's gonna do. It's gonna do 15 damage. I'm gonna let you keep track of the warg's HP.
I got it. He's alive. 11 out of 26.
And the fire dissipates. You hear the goats in their pen bleat pathetically as they burn. And the haystacks catch on fire.
Time to get out.
Fly out the window. Oh, it's not my turn. Never mind, JK. Heard get out. I was like, okay.
Yeah, no. Noticing the bright glow come up from underneath, the barn, plus the howl, it's just like, yeah, no, time to get out, time to get out, time to get out right now.
There's some fire on the hay bales. So, Tiala, you are up next.
Climb down the stairs. Immediately climb down.
Right, so the ladder is 10 feet, so that's 10 feet of movement to get down.
Okay. It should still mean I can move myself back a bit. Yeah, I should be able to. I'm gonna move myself out this way, and I still think I am in range. Yeah, I need it to make me an intelligence saving throw.
DC
DC 15.
fail.
Takes 2d6 psychic damage, and so 7 points of psychic damage, and it takes a negative d4 on its next saving throw. It makes before the end of my next turn.
Okay.
No, it's definitely not going to want to be our friend.
Aw.
It doesn't realize that I just stabbed its mind.
Is that the end
It
of your
just
turn?
knows.
Well, how for you to assume that it is an unintelligent?
I mean, it failed the intelligence saving throw, so.
End of your turn?
We all have our.
Yeah, that's all TL is gonna do.
Allium.
Yes, I'm going to fly out of the window.
Okay. Which way?
That's an excellent question. I'm gonna say.
Here.
So Tiala went down the stairs. Did she go out the back?
She went out the back.
Okay.
She went out the side where
Yeah,
the fire.
So she's standing in the
where, like-
crop field right now.
Yeah, she's standing out in the crop field. You could see if you fly out the window, you could just see her directly beneath you. Like,
Yeah.
Hi.
Well, if you fly out the crop side, you can also fly out over the wolf.
you could.
Yes, I could. However, I feel like all of the party, based on where they're standing, is in the process of running away. So I don't have Oh my god. Did this work? Hang on. I need. Why are you not? That's why. Okay. Okay. I'm not sure how this is gonna do with breath weapon, but I'm gonna look out before I leave the window. I'm gonna look out the window towards the Hellhound.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to cast Reduce.
Okay.
I need him to make a con save of 15.
That's success.
Damn it. That happens on a success. Oh, it has no effect. That sucks.
Alright, so your magic washes over it, but doesn't do anything.
Damn.
Anything
Okay.
else?
Yeah, I'm gonna fly out the window towards my friends.
Okay. Jahan.
He's just gonna. How high up is the hay window?
It's 10 feet
from
up.
the back. 10 feet up.
Yep.
Okay. He's just gonna jump out. He's not gonna bother like climbing down the ladder. He's just gonna jump out so he's with everybody on the ground.
So you're jumping out the back end toward the crops?
Yep.
Okay.
Oop. I really didn't face the. I guess I can shoot that little wolf, but it hasn't done anything yet. I feel bad. That's the end of my turn.
Do we even see those wolves technically?
Yes, you can see those two.
Okay. Oh yeah, because the barn's on fire. It's giving off a nice light.
It is. It's lighting up fairly nicely. Balo.
I'm gonna move up and then, as a bonus action, Misty step behind the Hellhound.
Okay.
And then just gonna yell out, "If you need someone to scrap with me." And I'm going to give him a couple haymakers with the silvered glove.
Go for it.
First attack, 18 to hit
That's a hit.
for 8 bludgeoning, and then I will. You know what? I'm gonna expend a first level spell slot to smite. Does this count as a fiend?
No, it is not a fiend.
It is not a fiend. Okay. Then I don't get the extra for smite, but that's okay. How much is it again? Because for some reason, D&D Beyond doesn't show it. Okay, 2d8 for first level. Do 6 radiant,
All right.
and second attack 16 to hit.
That's a miss.
Miss. Okay. That's gonna be my turn.
All right. Is your warg's turn?
Warg's turn. He's going to run right up. And he's going to attack.
Giant wolf creature on giant wolf creature.
Yep, he's going to attack with advantage because it's flanking, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so he only gets 1 bite attack, so...
Hold on one second. Sorry, Tiala, you said he had a disadvantage on a save, right?
His next save he takes minus 1d4.
Hang on one second. Because
enlarge
he made a
reduce.
save against Allium's thing, and I totally forgot to subtract that.
Right, and I completely forgot about the spell.
Let's see. What was the DC for that one?
15.
15, 19. That... No, he still succeeded, sorry.
And
It was closer.
Also-
It was only... He only succeeded by 1.
Real quick, I forgot I had Bless, so I could roll a d4 for that second attack. Would a 17 hit?
17 is a hit, yes.
Okay. so
Another punch.
my second attack would have hit, so blah blah blah. Okay. Then as for the warg,
Right, so
at
that's another 10
advantage.
damage.
It got a nat 20.
Oh, you got a nat 20. Nice.
Okay, so that's a critical from the warg.
oh yeah.
Sven the Warg is pissed that he got set on fire.
Yeah.
Who's a good warg?
So that is 14 plus another 2d6 because crit. 14 plus 9, 23. Piercing, I believe. Yes, piercing.
Right.
Also, it has to make a strength save or be knocked prone. DC 13.
It succeeded.
Rest in peace.
All right. Is it the end of the warg's turn?
Yeah, that's the warg's turn.
Hale, it's your turn.
All right. Hale's going to. I get 2 attacks now. It's exciting.
2 attacks and a new sword.
Yeah.
Maybe you'll actually hit something.
Hale's, yeah. Funny enough, Hale's actually not going to swing with the sword right now. He's going to pull out his bow, and I got to remember to add the bless for this. Let's see here. That's going to miss, even with bless. And then we will attack again, and that also misses.
Damn,
Now
that's
Hale
unfortunate.
will
The Hale luck
drop
continues.
his bow. And, let's see how far they are away from me. Hale will go down here.
Why is Hale upside down?
Because I was spinning around. I guess I ended it with him being upside down. But that's okay. That's where he's facing. So.
Sure.
And yeah, he'll go up to these wolves. What can I do for a bonus action? Bonus action, I will Hunter's Mark this wolf right here. And that'll be it.
Not gonna lie, me as a player, once we kill this hellhound, really wants to try to tame one of those tiny wolves.
All right. It is those wolves' turn. So he's going to close in on Hale. And these ones are going to charge into the stables. And you hear awful, rending, wet sounds and cows screaming for a brief moment, and it's awful and horrible. And yeah.
Aww.
And then Hale's going to take 2 attacks as they try to bite him.
Alrighty.
One is going to succeed.
You motherfuckers.
He is going to do 7 damage with his
Okay.
fangs.
Ah, you bitch.
Oh.
Okay.
And you notice 2 new wolves charge in from above. And one heads into the cabin. And then it's the big one's turn again. Enraged, it will try to bite the warg. What's the warg's AC?
Let me check. 13.
13.
Not very high.
That's a hit. It's going to do 11 damage.
It had 11 hit points left. Goodbye, Ward.
Aw, sadness.
He disappears in a flash of light.
Alright, then we will just get rid of that.
He'll be back again someday.
And at the same time, its back leg kicks up into Apollo. And it's gonna miss. Diala.
So Tiala did not have line of sight at the wolves going into the cabin, so her focus is still on just these two fighting Hale and the big one. So she is going to point at the big one and ring the bells of death in its ears as it has told the dead. Wisdom saving throw 15.
Fail.
Takes 2d12 necrotic damage. How do I... Oh, there we go. Roll. And that is 12 points of necrotic damage.
Alrighty.
Oh.
Anything else?
That is all she's going to do.
Allium.
Okay. I am going to summon one of my psychic blades, and I am going to throw them through the barn at the Hellhound.
Okay.
With a nat 20!
It's a 60 range on those.
Yes.
You were 65
Too far
feet
away.
behind.
Okay, then I will move up 5 feet.
Alright.
Sorry, I always forget those ranges.
I mean, you can throw extended range, you just have disadvantage doing it.
Correct. I don't want disadvantage. D6. Oh, those were shit rolls. Damn. Okay, 8 plus sneak attack.
Yep, you do get your sneak.
Yeah, the sneak attack on criticals, does it double sneak attack or just basic?
Just
damage?
basic.
Okay, that's what I thought. Yeah. So 16. And then I'm gonna summon and throw the other one. Okay, I'm making sure I'm rolling the right one because I have different damage. 22
That's a hit.
plus an extra 7 points of damage, so 16 plus 7.
Alright. So you injure it a great deal, and you notice it its form seems to waver a little bit.
Huh. All right. That will be my turn.
Jahan.
Jahan, after hearing the cow's violent end, he's going to, just out of concern for the family, start running towards their house to alert them to the possible danger. Leave that right here, right there on the porch is where I'll be. And is that a window right there? Like that I'm right across from?
Yes.
He's gonna try and scream in there to wake up the man and his wife.
So you look
Just
in through the window, and there's actually no sign of them.
Oh.
Yep.
Oh.
Yep.
Oh.
I see dead people.
I guess that's it for me. Can't really do much else.
All right. Apollo.
Seeing Jahan has already decided to go over to the house, I'm just gonna boop this hellhound on the snoot real quick. 13 plus... yeah, that misses. Second attack. 16 plus 1d4. Does a 19 hit?
That's a hit.
Okay. It's going to take 8 bludgeoning and I'm gonna smite again. First level. 11 radiant.
Okay, so your fist slams into the side of this creature, and it sort of turns on the spot as you do, kind of like with the force of your blow, and its form wavers and vanishes before your eyes, and in its place you see the child. He's just kind of standing there looking at you with this kind of sad expression on his face.
He doesn't look injured.
No, he doesn't look injured at all.
I'm like, oh. Are you okay?
He'll just kind of he'll stare at you silently.
The other wolves keep fighting.
For the moment, they seem to still be there.
Well, I'm going to like kind of stand here by the kid, kind of assume like a defensive position in case any of the other wolves come nearby. And that's my turn.
Hail.
All right. See how this goes. Wait. I haven't blessed.
That's a miss.
I know. I haven't blessed though.
It's still a miss.
15. Okay. So far, it's looking about the same. Hey, 19.
Oh wait, nope, that was a hit. Never mind. Sorry,
Oh,
I forgot to change their AC.
Okay.
So that first one was a hit.
Yay! I actually hit something.
Woo!
2 plus 6.
Fighterman.
5. That's 12 for the first hit. Hey, 13 for the second hit.
Is that all?
Oh, no, I still get my hunter's mark again. So 12 and 18 total. So
30.
30. Is that it? 30? No, that's, yeah, 30. 30 total.
Okay. Anything else? Yeah, actually,
I was gonna do this. Spells. Bonus action. Actually, hold on. Let me make sure that this isn't. Never mind. That will actually be it.
All right. It's the wolf's turn, and as one lunges towards Hale's face, its form seems to shimmer and vanish, and what's left behind are chickens.
So cute.
And that seems to happen all across the farm.
Hold on.
Well, we can tame a chicken for you.
And as the dust settles, and Hale kind of turns around from fighting these things and looks back at the rest of the farm, and now all the rest of you can see as well. The farm looks dilapidated, broken down, and half burned, as if the house had been set on fire. The land is trampled, all the animals that had been here are not here, and the place looks like it has been abandoned for at least 3 weeks.
I'm gonna crouch down to the kid and be like, "Are you all right?"
He kind of gives you a sad little smile. I wish you'd gotten here sooner. You're nice.
What happened here?
The hobgoblins came. I was so mad.
And you took the form of that.
He kind of gives a nod and a shrug, like he's not really sure how he did it. I just was so mad. But you guys are nice. I wish you could have saved us.
So do I.
He'll kind of turn and point toward the chicken coop. You can have my treasure, okay? I hid it over there.
I'm gonna pat him on the shoulder and say, "Hey, if it's any consolation, I did have fun fighting that big hellhound."
So when you go to pat him on the shoulder, your hand actually passes through him as his form wavers, and he begins to fade. I had fun too. I'm glad I didn't hurt you.
Mm.
Rest easy now, little one.
And with that, he
May the
fades
bright
away.
Lord watch over you.
I'm gonna stand up and be like, "Well,
There we go.
well,
Goddamn.
Tiala's gonna see if she can grab some like splinters of wood, or some woods to just create and go off to the field to like create, makeshift graves for the family.
Yep, you find plenty of spare timber from the broken buildings and such. Excuse me.
I think that was right.
I love that no one's actually heading to the chicken coop. Everyone's ignoring the chicken coop.
okay, fine. I'll go to the chicken coop."
So, sorry. The chicken coop has had its roof kind of ripped off, and it doesn't take a lot of searching for you to find, hidden beneath one of the nests, a very odd-looking orb that seems to be made partially of some sort of gemstone and partially of just regular stone.
What color is it?
It is
Fancy.
just a dull brown. The gemstone is dark at the moment, and the runes are not glowing like in the picture because that's the only picture I can find.
Interesting.
How heavy is it?
It's about this. It's about the weight of like an apple,
Oh.
and it's about the size of a baseball.
Some more magic stuff, I guess. I'm gonna throw it at Jahan.
Jahan,
Not to him, at him.
make a dexterity check to catch it.
Sorry about that, guys. Just something came up.
Everything good?
Yeah, no, everything's good. It's just drama. It's irrelevant to this.
Okay.
Yep.
So you just had a magic orb thrown at you.
Oh.
Make a dexterity check
so-
to catch it.
Not to you.
Okay. Dexterity check. Boop.
Right, so
Do I catch it?
it sails through the air toward Jahan, and he kind of reaches out to grab it. It juggles it a couple of times, but manages to catch it.
Hell yeah.
Okay, and silence.
Uh,
I mean,
does anyone have 25 gold worth of powdered silver?
Or let me just, pull that out of nowhere.
or
I
we
can
know.
attempt to crush the silver I have down to powder. I don't think I'm good, strong enough to do that, though.
Or, there's someone in the party that can read it if she wasn't busy.
I'll help you with your
She's just she's not even paying attention to everything else. It's just like, it's more of just a quiet moment. It's like, doesn't actually know that the orb is out there.
Yeah, so it takes a few minutes to build the makeshift grave markers or whatever, but it's not too difficult.
Yeah, she does the quiet prayer. And then she kind of just like looks around and like, so what was in the chicken coop?
I have no idea.
So you see, these, as Jahan's walking up, I'm presuming he has it in his hands.
Yeah.
So are the runes on? So the runes aren't lit up, but
No,
they are there.
There are runes on it. They are not lit up. It is completely dark. It just looks like a very strange stone and gemstone orb.
Going to use comprehend languages on myself and try to read the runes.
They are not a written language. They are just arcane script.
Interesting. Well, that I can't help with after that. We could try to attune to it. Much like Hale's sword.
So Jahan, holding this and being a sorcerer yourself, you feel that there might be some sort of power in this. You can kind of feel the resonance, but it is dormant.
I guess I'll try and attune to it for however long that would take.
So as soon as you start to try, you feel like that's not something you can do with this.
Interesting.
Okay.
Maybe it's some kind of puzzle?
Tiala, when you cast the comprehend language spell, you actually felt a bit of like a pull from the orb, like it wanted to absorb the magic.
Interesting. So
Maybe we should just stop pulling magic into it. Just,
that's what Tiala's gonna do. Just like, Jahan, will you help me? Just
yeah.
try to pour magic into it. Let's see what this
can I
is
do
about.
that?
Feel free to join us.
I'm gonna put my little hands on it and cast druid craft.
What do you intend the spell to do?
Yeah, that is
Oh man, I've had enough of puzzles.
Um,
I'm gonna take out my own puzzle box and start fiddling with it.
Apollo here is to punch
I'm
things
gonna
real good.
try to make like a puff of wind around the orb.
Okay. So yeah, you cast your spell, and there's a puff of wind across the orb. It doesn't seem to do anything.
Alright, well, it doesn't like cantrips.
Jahan and Tiala touching the orb. You guys feel like all you would have to do is sort of channel magic into it, and in game terms, what this means is giving up spell slots.
I'll give up. I'll give up a couple first level spell slots.
Okay. So
Yeah, me too.
you what's that?
I said I will too. I'll give up like 2 spell slots first level.
All right. So
Yeah.
you both channel the equivalent of 2 first level spell slots into this thing. It greedily sucks up your magic energy as you do this, and you get the sense it's going to take a lot more to actually fill this thing.
I have a feeling that you and I might need to be doing. Let's maybe make this a ritual before evening. Whatever we have left, we just pump into it.
That sounds like a good plan. Yeah.
Seeing as how we can recover our magic over the evening after emptying it, so long as
You get a long rest.
so long as we're not interrupted by any more suspicious creatures. Speaking of long rests, we should probably get some sleep tonight.
Yes.
I don't know how I feel about sleeping in an abandoned farmhouse, though.
Any port in a storm.
So Apollo, since the boy vanished and everything, you actually get kind of a sense of peace from this place now.
I mean, we're already here. We already killed all the big bad guys. Might as well.
Yeah, I think they're at rest.
Well, that's good.
I'm kind of
Little
new
peace.
to this whole thing, but you know. Anyway, I'm gonna summon the warg back. Like,
The poor warg.
last second.
And if we are gonna take a long rest, Tiala's gonna pump her 2 third-level spell slots into it as well, into the orb.
Yep, it will greedily suck up the magic.
I'll pump my last first level spell slot into the orb too.
All right, so you guys pump that magic into the orb. You get the feeling like this is like throwing drops of water in a well.
We're gonna need a bigger source of magic.
All it's unquenchable.
I'm gonna have to take it somewhere.
Where in the world might we find a vast source of magic?
I don't know.
Maybe the Woodsingers would know.
Maybe.
I mean, we are going to see them. They might have some information on this. This is intriguing. My first real adventure, and, well, find something so baffling. For now, though, I think it's time to get some sleep.
Yes, I agree.
I think Megan wants to go to bed real.
Megan wants to go bed IRL.
You know what? How are those beds looking in that house? Are they as messed up as the rest of everything? Or do they survive?
So they're intact. The bedding itself is kind of messed up, but the mattresses are still mostly intact.
Okay. Well, I'm taking one of those beds because I'm not roughing it tonight if I have the chance. For some sleep.
So that you guys are gonna long rest now.
I guess.
I would presume so.
All right, you guys bed down and rest, and while you sleep, you feel this sense of this like peaceful, sort of like Overwatch protection on the place. Like nothing is gonna come at you tonight, and you awaken in the morning feeling refreshed.
It was a nice night's sleep. Probably the best we've gotten since we started the journey.
It's sleeping in a bedroll. That's for certain.
I get used to it.
Johan is still just knocked out on that bed.
Somebody's gonna have to wake him up.
Almost too distracted fiddling with his puzzle box again.
I'm tempted to wake him up like my dad used to wake me up growing up. But that's mean.
You just see him like drooling on the pillow. What pillow is left?
Tempted to just mess with him. But it would mean wasting a second level spell slot to mess with him.
Oh god.
Ooh, I can mess with him. I'm going to make the faint odor of a skunk appear around his head.
Actually, hold on, I can do this. I got thaumaturgy.
Oh no.
I'm gonna make my voice boom up to about 3 times as loud. And
So,
sort of loudly whisper, "Wake up!" in his ear.
So your Jahan's ears ring with this loudspeaker whisper in his ear, telling him to wake up, and he wakes up to the smell of skunk just permeating.
Morning.
Ah! Ah!
You ready to go?
You're a rather heavy sleeper.
Oh, I haven't really had the chance to sleep in a... Well, I wouldn't call this comfortable, but it beats the road. That... Oh god, what's that smell?
I have no idea, actually.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
I'll cut the smell.
Let's go.
Oh, okay,
All right.
okay.
So you guys gather up and head out from the farm, back on the road.
The road again.
And
We
you
just can't
travel
wait.
for another few days, stopping at other more peaceful farms along the way or sleeping under the stars when necessary. It takes another couple of days to get to the place known as the Byways. And Tiala, you know that this place is probably the most chaotic settlement in all of Olrana and all of the Lion Guarded Kingdom, because it is so filled with merchants passing through and travelers passing through and shepherds coming through that most of the town isn't even permanent. It's just like large tents and like quick fab cabins that people throw up. So the layout of the town and the roads here are constantly shifting and changing. So when you arrive, it is mid-morning. It is what you would expect. It is chaotic. It is loud. It is dirty. And just like back in in Helvara, in the city you started in, there are signs of hobgoblins here, but there are fewer signs of hobgoblins. Like, there's a few, but it doesn't seem like they've taken over here quite as much. Everything seems relatively normal, except for one kind of small section of the town is kind of cordoned off, and you see houses, like some of those more permanent houses over there, have their doors closed, and there is a red ribbon hung on each door.
Oh. Just gonna go to, I guess, I guess it would be like a merchant stand, like one of the tents, or like someone looks like they're selling something, to find out what's going on with the houses with the red ribbons. What's
So you approach a random merchant, and he, excuse me, he looks over at the cordoned off area and goes, "Oh, that's the plague.
Oh,
Yeah, started about a month ago.
I hadn't heard.
It's a strange thing it is. Not like any plague I ever seen.
Can you describe it?
Oh, well, I haven't seen it myself, but what I've heard is there's growths come up all over the body, like fungus.
like a fungus.
I supposedly it covers you till you can't see or breathe or nothing.
That's horrific.
Yes, it is. The dead ones, we burn them.
And I'm presuming there's been no remedy for it.
Nah, nothing seems to work.
Does anyone know where it might have started from? I mean, a plague usually doesn't just appear from nowhere.
Oh, I know they have some people looking into it.
Do you happen to know where those people might be?
Well, I know there's Miss Rena. She showed up to take a look. She should be in the quarantine area over there somewhere.
Well, thank you for the information. And she's going to hand him 2 silver. Nothing comes for free these days. And then she's gonna walk back to the group and kind of relay the information.
Alright.
It seems that there's more problems than just hobgoblins.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate.
When conflict comes, and only other problems show up too.
I want to help them, but at the same time, the time we spend here is also time that we don't have trying to reach the wood singers. Hello?
Apollo's going to like stretch and say, "Well, not our problem."
That seems to be his response to everything.
Yes.
Do you not have any moral grounds that you stand upon?
I do actually. I live by a strict moral code.
What? Look out for numero uno. Look out for yourself?
No. Firstly, I refuse to hit women.
Well, I'm quite thankful for that.
Apollo's life motto is "Fuck you, got mine."
But moreover, there's not really much we can do about a plague, at least by ourselves.
No, but there is a doctor here that is working on solving it. Maybe we can assist her.
We could try. Like, I have no problem trying to help.
I mean, as, well, probably the future Duchess, I feel I have to do something. These are my people.
Yeah. We'll do what we can.
Let's at least ask and see if there's anything we can do to help.
Yeah. And who knows, it could lead
try.
to where we're heading.
Maybe the Woodsingers know of a cure for this plague.
Maybe.
So Tiala's gonna kind of head off towards the quarantine zone.
Yeah.
Johan's gonna follow her.
Sure.
I was gonna go up to one of the houses and like knock on the door.
There is no response to knocking on the door. But entering... Sorry, I'm just clicking. Entering into the quarantine zone and looking around, you quickly spot what appears to be an Eladrin woman with pure blonde hair walking amongst the houses. Everything about this woman screams druid. from her clothes to the fact that she has some vines growing in her hair, flowers blooming behind her pointed ears. Her eyes are completely silver.
That is.
Might you be Madame Rena?
She does not turn to face you as she speaks. Aye, that is my name.
And you are looking into helping these people?
I am trying. It is very difficult.
Is there anything that we could do to help?
You are offering your services. I cannot pay.
Do you have food?
Fiala's just gonna turn and slap Apollo's shoulder. Like, really?
Well, hey.
She'll smile a bit, still not looking at the group. Aye, I can provide food.
The
Well, that
deal.
might
Show
be-
me one of the infected.
Very well. And she'll move to one of the houses and open the door, and you're hit by this rush of heat coming from inside, and this very deep, earthy smell, like fresh turned rotted wood.
I'll go inside, unfazed.
Yep. So you step in through the door, and you see it's sort of like a makeshift hospice. There's a row of about 6 people laid out on the floor of this one-room building, each covered in a blanket, but from what you can see, what appears to be, brown, like, shelf fungus is growing from, like, the sides of their faces, along their arms and legs.
How extensively have you tried magic to treat these people?
I have tried everything I know.
Apollo's gonna raise an eyebrow and say, everything you know.
Indeed. I am one of the strongest druids of the Autumn Court.
I see. Do you mind if I try something?
Certainly.
I'm gonna walk up to one of the infected, and I'm going to use lay on hands, specifically the using 5 of it to cure a disease thing on them.
So you lay your hands on them, and you cast your magic, and it spreads through them. And from what you can tell, this is not a disease.
I'm going to narrow my eyes and say, well, I don't think it's a disease.
Yes, I had determined the same thing myself. It is a growth. Something has taken root in their flesh.
You have an idea of what it is or where it started from?
I have not seen its like before, but it comes from somewhere in the forest to the west. That is where all of these victims came from. They are hunters and trappers.
And have you made sure to stop people from going into this forest since you learned that?
At this point, she finally turns to actually make eye contact with you, and she has the most disdainful look on her face. Of course I have.
Don't mind Apollo. He's
blunt, but he means
very direct.
yes.
He's
very rough around the edges. You say brute, we say a man of capability.
So the source of this growth is somewhere out in the woods to the west.
That is what I have determined. I would go myself to investigate, but my magic slows the growths and keeps these people alive as long as I can.
TL is kind of like tapping her foot,
I'll
like
go.
in irritation. Looks to Hale, like, please.
I mean, yeah, of course we're going to help them.
And she just kind of like smiles, and just immediately like hugs him, like, thank you.
You don't have to ask, right? I'm going to help as best I can.
I know, but you have no obligation to. These aren't your people.
I feel like this should be aimed at Apollo and not Hale.
Thanking Hale for helping, because even though it's not his people, he's willing to help. Apollo, it's like he's been bribed. He's been offered food. Hale's just doing it out of kindness.
Meanwhile,
Hale's idea
Jahan and Allium are just like, yeah, we're here too.
Yeah.
William, I think, is currently like half dozing as she flutters along.
Hale's idea of nobility is helping people like who need it no matter what. That's his view of being a noble. So
Jahan's ears are still ringing.
Even a
And
couple
also not
days
to-
later.
Jahan, Luna, that I hate you. I almost did a spit take.
It has been a
I
couple
was
of
taking
days
a
since
sip
the
of Mountain
farm.
Dew, and you're like, my ears are still ringing.
In my old line of work, anything that couldn't be solved with magic could be solved with... And gonna crack his knuckles. We'll find the source of this, and we'll
I
beat
guarantee
it to
you
a
could
pulp.
probably, yeah. I guarantee you could probably punch it to death.
The hand of God will solve it.
So Rena seems completely unimpressed, but she nods. Very well. I will leave it to you.
This hand of mine burns with an awesome power.
May Kuar watch over all of you.
And the Archfey watch over you.
I've got nothing to say in regards to any of that, actually.
And I think with that,
Yeah,
we'll probably call it for tonight before we get into the next adventure.
Sounds
I
good.
think that's a good stopping point.
Yeah.